So I haven't been making very many videos lately. I just haven't felt like producing content. My bandwidth and the artistic, creative aspect just wasn't there. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I know everyone deals with their own struggles and challenges in life that we don't always know about, but as humans, we often suffer the same emotions. I like to read a lot. When I'm feeling off center, I often listen to music and read or listen to Audible. And Bruce Lee's Striking Thoughts is one of my absolute favorites. The knowledge in that work is timeless. If you don't know who Bruce Lee is, he's arguably the most respected as the best martial artist possibly of all times. Well, he didn't make that statement himself. He grew up Chinese, was born in China, I believe, spent some time in Japan before immigrating to the U.S., California, and before attending the Washington State University, where most people don't know that he majored in philosophy and barely made passing grades, according to himself. He didn't believe in systems, he didn't believe in techniques. He was very wise in self-actualization and self-discipline. I mean, he's an apex athlete, best in the world, respected by many, historically significant, yet his profound wisdom may have even been threatening, because it was a blend of Western meets Eastern philosophy. When I'm feeling emotions, I am a sensitive individual. When I'm feeling emotions that I start to resist because I don't want to feel that emotion, rather than going with it like the tide, the wave, the ocean. Bruce Lee talked a lot about examining resistance and not resisting it, but what is the resistance to it. And himself as a fighter, martial arts master, fighter is a poor choice of words, as a warrior with a code, extremely disciplined warrior, he would examine resistance and talked a lot about the benefits of adversity, and that only with adversity is your mind thinking properly. So when you're being challenged, maybe not feeling your best, is when your mind may be functioning the clearest, which I know he's also meaning being in the zone, or I feel like he's implying do not overthink it. Once you have the knowledge and wisdom of self, you can start to trust yourself, and that ultimately that's all we have is ourselves and belief in one's self. People think things are impossible, and some things are impossible. But look at modern day skateboarding and the level of street skating, which is largely just a therapeutic activity, action sport, shouldn't physically be possible, the tricks that they do. But yet in their mind, skateboarders are able to perform death-defying tricks regularly. I know, because I am a skateboarder. My death-defying trick days are behind me. I enjoy documenting, not being in front of the camera anyway. But needless to say, I look at things and see the impossible, and understand that mind over matter mindset is truly achievable. When I look back even at just a reflection of my skateboarding in the past, the tricks that I accomplished, that maybe it took 150 tries before you landed that board slide to shove it out, but then once you felt it, right, like you're doing this like math and geometry in your head, whether you know math and geometry and calculus, and trying to figure out what happened each time. It's like a self-learning computer. Like you're learning what went wrong, where did I slip out, did I go too fast, did I go too slow, did I go in too early, until you find that center, and then you have that trick, right? And then after that, you just start adding style and steez and different variations. Then you're switching out, and then you can become even more stylistic, more creative with the trick, because your confidence level of performing in a possible feat is, you're like, oh, I crushed that, I've got that, let's move on to the next. And there's not an ending level of tricks in skateboarding, so there's level infinite that you can push yourself. Skateboarders, artists, creative types seem to be the most crucial on themselves, and often or hardest on themselves, very critical, self-critical of their work. One of my best friends, who is an artist no longer with us, inspired me to play the guitar, helped me to learn guitar, who's no longer with us. I'd see him painting he was a master street skater in high school. He was the best street skater. I was a small ramp skater, guys, so that's where we got along. He played guitar, played electric guitar, he painted. He was just an artist in the truest sense. And I remember one night, he's like painting this picture of Hendrix, dude, and it's like perfect. Like, it was not cheesy. It's like a work of art. And one wrong paint stroke, and he's like smashing the painting. One wrong note on the guitar, he's throwing his guitar. He totally had the, artist's mentality of being very hard on yourself and holding yourself to a perfectionist level standard that's not achievable. Like, perfection is not achievable, but the impossible is. Anyway, just checking in. I'll be adding some more long-form content that's more educational, related to how I feel engineering and industries are progressing, especially AI, and what direction might be your shortcut, or provide a little bit of insight into hacking the future.